Because he basically was like, WWCD, what would Sere do?
Yeah.
And he
You need to do confessionals because that's what he should have said.
yeah.
I know.
Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Survivor 50, episode 8. And we have a very, very special guest in the house, Davie, who's going to introduce himself in just a moment. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
I am Davie Rickenbacker from season 37, David versus Goliath.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, it was a good episode. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be in the comments because we were trying to do this live, but we couldn't get it together. But it's okay. The show will go on, and we're going to have fun talking about this episode. This was like the episode of the season, in my view. Let's start talking about the twist. Thoughts?
I loved it.
Yes, the twist had me nervous. I don't know how fast you guys are, how good you know the older episodes of the double eliminations, but double eliminations don't always go well for the black players.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's a double elimination, that could mean a black person goes out back to back. But today, they couldn't do that. You know why? Because the black people got immunity. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Not only did Joe and Tiff get immunity, but so did Sere by proxy.
I know, right?
Triple immunity for the black folk. Gotta go and tweet that after this episode.
I know,
Yeah, no,
right?
honestly, I said, and that's on Cut Cloth Alliance, baby.
I ain't got time.
Out you go.
I don't have time for you.
I was excited. I loved it though. As soon as Sere was like, I'm going to exile, I said, okay, cool. And I was on the edge of my seat through the challenge.
Yeah.
But I was like, Tiffany and Joe, they
Yeah.
hooping. They hooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when they brought that thing on home, I was relieved for the rest of the episode. There's other people I'm rooting for, but I was like, to be quite honest, I don't care what happens.
I did care what happens, but I was so like you said, I was relieved. But I was still so nervous. That's how you know this was so good, because I was still so nervous. I was like, who is going home? I do not know. And Rick, like, look.
Look, I said, look, I'm just remember when y'all was wondering if was I ready or not. It's because I was reading my tweets. I got this one tweet that's going up about Rick Devens where I said the fan accounts on Twitter not gonna like this because it's always the fan accounts that be the most haters. The fan accounts not gonna like this, but the stan accounts, I should say, the stan accounts not gonna like this, but Rick may have just solidified himself as a legend in this game. Being able to pull out an idol, bluff the entire cast, not play that idol, and still have it to bluff the next episode if he so chooses. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Christian, now he did kind of make a face when Devins went to go grab it, but in my mind, I was thinking, all right, now Christian, you can't be mad because this was Devins' idea to plant this thing. You know what I'm saying? And so Devins got every right to play it how he wants to play it. He was not feeling safe, and he should not have been feeling safe. His name was floating around, and at the end of the day, you don't ever want to go out on a what if, especially with a twist like this. And I was sitting there thinking, like, Devins, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. And I'm a fan of Live Tribal. So as soon as he did it, I said, hallelujah.
Yeah. No.
Great. He was like, let me see it. And he was like, knowledge is power, babes. You don't need to know what it looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Look,
Yeah.
what did Stephanie think she was doing? Girl, you ain't got no legency here. If you don't get up out my
Yes.
I thought for a moment, though, him not showing it was going to make people be like, no, like, I'm sus on it. But I was like, even the fact that, like, he said, I found a clue and I just had to have an opportunity to get it. And I was like, oh, the backstory, not the backstory, making it more believable. Because I was trying to figure out how are they going to go and grab this? Like, how are they just going to be like, oh, I noticed it? That's going to feel a little fishy. But the idea that he had a clue, that it just sealed the
And you
deal.
know what? I think that Jeff, they're gonna say that Jeff doesn't know what's happening or he doesn't have what's going on in the game, but I think Jeff set him up for that alley oop. He wanted to talk to him. He saw that Rick was uneasy, and he was like, well, I don't know, whatever did he say to Devins, and him
Yeah.
being the newscaster that he is, he used that moment to say, "I got a clue," and he had to say that because if he
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't, they definitely wouldn't have fallen for it. It could have just been a random quote unquote thing that he found at tribal. So he
Yeah.
played that
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was just like the season for it to happen because there's been so many twists and crazy things. And,
Mhm.
in the past, we've had the idols that they had to randomly get through the challenges and, like,
Mhm.
sneak around their teammates to grab it. But
Oh yeah.
then this time, it being right there at trial, it's like, it is believable. We've already had a Billie Eilish boomerang idol.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, this was excellent. It was
Yeah.
excellent gameplay for Devins. And yeah, I'm just waiting to see what he gonna tell Aubrey about it.
Right, right, right. But because I don't even know if we should talk about the Aubrey situation in the idol now. I'll wait. Because I was like, how? This is why you shouldn't have forced that girl to play her idol last week because y'all all could have been safe. You could have had like an easy layup, but whatever. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
But the question I do have is how many people were actually going to vote for Devins and Aubrey? Like, where were the votes? Like, for real, for real. Did it need to go down tonight? It's masterful either way, but I was wondering because it felt like Rizzo and Sere had pulled Rizzo, pulled Tiffany was about to vote too. Like she came back and just pulled everybody back into their senses, and I don't know, but like I don't know.
No, I think that it was definitely going to end up being Rick and Aubrey that were going to get the most votes. Um, because Joe had a good read here. And I know sometimes we might be biased by Mama Sere because she's Mama Sere, but you definitely don't give a damn about Coach and Chrissy in this game. They're not getting votes at the end.
Yeah.
Aubrey and Rick, or at least Coach ain't getting a vote. I don't know. Chrissy might be able to come up with something at the end and strike a vote, but you saw that went the first time. But you got a mastermind in this game like Rick Devins who commands tribal council. You've got a
Yeah.
mastermind like someone like Aubrey who's played this game again and again and again and again. Those threat levels on those resumes definitely need to go out in my book if I'm trying to win more so than those other two. So that's why I said, man, Rick played it the best way possible, and I'm glad that he's still in it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was a little 50-50.
yeah, I see your point of it. I just was like, I don't know though, because
Yeah, it did seem like Sere came in and like talked sense into everybody, and everybody was like, "Oh, I'm glad Sere came back." Cause yeah, I wasn't even thinking like that. Why they needed Sere to tell them that, I'm not necessarily sure. But at the same time, this is where Joe, to me, I was like, okay, he has influence because the way Rizzo felt the need to go and tell Joe what was happening so that he wasn't left out of the vote.
Mhm.
I was like, clearly Joe has a little bit more power than we are able to see because I would have been like, who cares if Joe comes back mad? You know what I'm saying? But Rizzo felt the need, and Sere and everybody else clearly in that little circle when they were with Joe trying to talk to him felt like Joe cannot be left out of the vote.
but I think they just are managing his personality because they want to use him as a number. Personally, that's what I think. I don't think it was
It,
so much about power as much as it was about like Joe gonna be pissed off. He gonna be like how Ozzy and Jonathan were when they came back. Like we've seen people come back, especially with the D Jonathan thing, be pissed
yeah.
off about stuff, and then it simmers, and then they're your enemy. So I feel like they would have made an enemy out of Joe if they hadn't told him the way he plays the game. So I just think that was it, but I don't know.
I just don't think that like it's Joe out of make Joe out of an enemy, and then that does what when he's losing two of his people, in Chrissy and Coach. All he would have had left was Jonathan and Stephanie. I don't think. I
But
don't
I
know. I don't
I
think it would have been enough
I
to
mean, I just
say.
think that like everybody, I don't know, like everybody is going to be like swapping sides at this point. And that's the only thing I was like, what, to your point, Davey, about is this the right choice? I was like, this opens the game up too much a little bit, because the Chrissy coach side locked, a couple things up, and then Sere and Rizzo could have swung to the other side after they did chopped off a couple people on this middle. But the middle seemed like the other side to me. They keep talking about the middle, but I'm like, the middle seems just like the other side, because who's the other side? If the middle, did y'all get that? I'm unclear.
They're trying to break it up into three alliances here, with the Ceres Wizard of Oz of it all, the Boomers Alliance of it all, and then just the nerds in the middle. But really, it is more so Sere versus those other guys, which Cere's got agency in those other guys too. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the Boomers think Cere's with them. Like Stephanie at the beginning of the episode listed, she's like, we got 7, we're locked in. And she listed Sere and Rizzo. Mm-hmm. So I was like, who do they see as the other side if they're listing Emily, Devins, Christian, all of them as the middle? I'm trying to figure out who do they think in their mind, you know what I'm saying, is the other side. Because it ain't Sere, Ozzy, and them. In my mind, I don't think that they are aware of that, So I'm like, why do they keep calling them the middle?
I don't know. Maybe they're thinking about the Tiffany and whoever else is with her on that side, because
that's what I was thinking too.
Gunning for Tiffany last episode, so who knows if they think that Tiffany and
just her, she holding down the other side by herself.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, who is the middle? Who is the other side? It's Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But I guess maybe it's like Dee and Camilla. Maybe they just are stuck in this language of like, this is the other side, and all these people have gone. They trickle down in the last couple episodes, but they're still having that mentality of this is the middle and this is the other sides. But I did wonder about that with regard to Sere. And this vote is whether that was a good, like, the game is so wide open now.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. But yes, it is, and I'm okay with that.
But I guess I'm saying, like, isn't it too wide open a little bit? Like, that to the point of like, all of these people who don't have allegiance, will they now say, okay, Cere's a big threat. Now let's call it like the Emilys, the Christians, I just wonder.
I don't know. I don't see Christian going against Sere. Christian called Sere the Calvary.
I know, right? I'm hopeful. We'll see what happens. Do we want to talk about the twist a little bit more? I don't know if we talked about it fully in terms of like the things going on in every player's mind for like votes and things. Because you had the idol could save 2 people. A shot in the dark could save 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So each person could like theoretically their pair could play a shot in the dark, and the other person be saved. Like, what, Davey? Like, from your experience of like playing, what would have gone through your head immediately, like counting votes? Because how can you even count votes like that?
First of all, I want to take it back to just them, who they decided to pick, and how that all went down. Because the first thing that would have went through my mind, if I was out there, I'm sorry, I'm scarred. I would not have been trying to get on Tiffany's team. Maybe I would have been trying to get on Cere's team. But I don't know. Like, you put 2 black people on there, that's 1 black vote, and they can just knock you out immediately. I don't know. We don't know how things could have went if Joe and Tiffany did not win that. Maybe they would have said that Joe is expendable, and let's just go on and get rid of Tiffany. So that was on my mind. I wasn't worried about Christian, because he, I thought that him and Jonathan probably maybe had the best team, because he's got the puzzle guy, and then you got the Braun with him. But this challenge didn't even really need any Braun. So but I was okay with them losing, because I knew if Christian was with Jonathan, he'd be okay.
Right.
Who else what were some of the other pairings? We had Christian and Coach. Who ended up going. I don't know if I would have said. I mean, they're aligned together.
But they're older,
That's what I'm trying to say, but not say. But they're older.
Sorry.
I don't know if I would have went with that. I think maybe Chrissy and Coach And Emily and Rizgod should have found a way to pair. Maybe it should have been
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coach and Emily. Well, you know Emily ain't trying to be with Coach. And maybe it should have been Rizgod with Chris.
Chrissy.
I know if
Mm-hmm.
Charlie
Yeah.
was here, it would have been Charlie and Chrissy.
Right. Yeah. Chrissy and Coach together though, as soon as that happened, I was like,
Yeah,
they're gonna be gone.
yeah.
Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be between Chrissy and Coach or Aubrey and Devin, just because both of their
Mm-hmm.
names were kind of out there before this thing even
Hmm.
came about.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah,
so
I think
yeah, I was like, oh,
always in that
this is a
situation.
wash.
I think always in that situation, I would not go with an ally. I'd want to go with a foe
Yeah.
because not saying Jeff is predictable, but I mean, I kind of saw that coming from a mile away.
Mhm.
Really?
Either gonna,
Yeah, anytime two is together, baby, it's always some shit. It's always one person safe, the other person not. You going head to head. It's always
But
something. I thought
you
it's
thought
never
it would
good to
be
be with your
this
alliance.
two people voting out at the same time.
I
That's
didn't
the
think it was
part.
going to be two people
Yeah,
voting
that's the
out, but I
part.
thought that one side of the whatever would have been weakened something. So it's like I gotta go against somebody I'm not working with to make sure all my people are
oh,
safe.
I knew it was gonna be that. What else could it have been, y'all? All right,
Need
they
to get rid of
paired
people.
them together to win immunity together. What y'all thinking that the two pairs
We like,
at the
duh.
end was just gonna have to?
Well, I mean, he said it all at the same time. So I thought that, like, before he said it all, that they were just going to do how they usually do and split, like, whoever made it to the end, you're then going to be at an individual game and you will be competing against your partner, basically.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
that's what
Mm.
I felt. Like, you're going to do a team portion, you get to another. But, I
But
should
they got so
expect,
many people, they do
yeah,
need to start knocking down
yeah,
trees for
I guess,
sure.
yeah.
I guess,
What if
I
they do
guess,
this next week?
right. I guess you got to just listen to the cadence on Jeff because he's trying to build up this season 50 and this has never been done before. Like even when
Yeah.
Sere was the one who ended up not being picked or who
Hmm.
chose to not be picked and go into exile, she made a face like, "Oh, what's about to happen?" But
Hmm.
that face was really, "I'm safe."
Yeah.
And
Right.
I know I'm safe, but I'm gonna play the field so that Jeff don't think he's making this too easy on me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The one thing I wondered with her being the odd man out, I wondered for a second if she could be voted by herself, and I was like, that's kind of like,
Oh, wait, what are you You're saying if she could be the sole vote to cast?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no. You got very excited on that one.
oh,
But that would
Uh,
have been crazy though.
yeah.
no, I thought she would be eligible to be voted out just like a pair, but she'd be the only solo person, which would I feel like draw
Oh,
so much
yeah,
attention
no,
on
that was
her,
not a,
and I
Yeah.
feel like that could have been like crazy
that
because
wouldn't,
like she didn't get picked. Sometimes getting not getting picked, most times it's good.
yeah.
Like being out in the you get to choose or whatever, but yeah, no, she had, I was like, them, that's the ancestors looking out.
Yeah,
Because
no, for real.
Oh, my
She played it off so well. She said, "I don't want to be the reason that anybody loses," and so I
yeah.
just think it's easiest this way. And she pawns it off like
Look,
knowing good and damn well, girl,
right.
you in or out. Like
Hmm.
it's better to
Yeah.
be out.
They had me so scared with that preview because she was crying and Viola Davis snotting, and I'm like, I tweeted, I was like, I'm not sticking around for Sari crying. I'm gonna go to the bathroom on that part. I'm proud to say I stayed in there. Okay.
Yeah, it was nice though. The like they gave her kind of the montage, and I'm like every episode that she gets by and that they keep like reminding us of her story. I'm like, oh my
Yes,
god,
Right.
is she gonna win, y'all? Is she
Oh,
gonna
oh, okay. Hey,
win?
that's
yes.
what you're thinking though. When I get the montages, I be thinking getting voted out. The montages make me nervous.
That's hilarious.
Understood, Davy. Understood. For me,
Yeah.
I just get emotional because I'm just
Yeah.
like she doing it. Like I don't know. It's just always good to see
Little
Sere
insider,
play a game.
right? You know how they say don't meet your heroes. Have y'all met Sari yet?
No,
Oh.
we've not met.
Sari and Jeremy are the two that I will say that rule does not apply to. Meeting those two
I
Oh.
love
people,
them.
they are vastly better than what are shown on television. Like Sere, when you meet her, it's like not no age difference or nothing. It's just like talking to the
Ah.
homie, man. She is really just, and I don't know, y'all Big Brother fans?
Yeah.
Yes. We watched her season of Big Brother Live season
Oh,
all.
hey,
Yes.
I'm only asking because I hate that show. But anyway,
Oh! I love this show. I've been watching since I was 13.
I will explain why. Why? How did you stick around watching that old racist show for
I,
so long? Anyway, but I'm saying this to say I don't know if you knew the behind the scenes, but how I got on Survivor, and it's kind of because of Sere by default.
oh, tell us.
Yeah. So Jared, you guys know Jared, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's Cere's son. We call him Pooh on this side. All right, so before I was on Survivor, before I was on my season, I wasn't even on the season. I was an alternate. Do you know whose spot I took? I
Jared?
I took Cere's son's spot on my season. Yes.
Not Jared breaking the rules at Ponderosa.
Eric, well, he didn't know. Honestly, it's probably a little worse. I don't want to talk too bad about him. But
Okay.
anyway, so David versus Goliath was going to have two players' childs on there. It was gonna potentially have Sandra's
Oh,
daughter, and they were gonna
okay.
potentially have Cere's son.
Okay.
Now, why they didn't give us that?
Exact. No, 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 don't say that, because I want to
I'm
be on.
sorry. I mean, I love you, Davey. Okay, I loved you your season. Okay, and when Tuskegee was in the house, I said, and hell yeah.
But so the story that I was told is how it happened was Jared first time city boy. I know he done been out there before as a guest, but he did not do well with acclimating to the elements in our little
Mm,
Ponderosa few days. So
mm.
like the frogs, the live we have to live in a tent before we go out on the island. They stick us all out there in a tent like the Hunger Games, and we just did not mesh well with that. And I think that production pulled him because they didn't want to tarnish Cere's legacy. I don't know if
Mm,
that's fact all the way,
mm,
but that's
mm,
what I can kind of surmise. But
mm.
so
Yeah.
then they pulled him. They called me. I quit my job 2 days, and they flew me out there. So technically, Cere is my reality TV surrogate mother.
I know.
Wow.
I'll be like,
Yes.
that's my mama. I
I
live.
know.
That's
By adoption, because
crazy.
that
Right.
look.
Right.
Wow, that is an interesting story. I'm so
Right.
fascinated always to hear about the alternates and just how these stories went down. Because like the way you're saying, it's like you weren't even technically an alternate. Yeah.
I mean, technically, what they told me was, and this is how sometimes this is smoke and mirror with Hollywood. As soon as
Uh-huh.
they called me, they prefaced me. They was like, Davey, I don't know if you're gonna make it on season 38, but so they already tried to in my mind tell me I ain't gonna get on season 38, so I better say yes to what I'm about to be proposed to. So then they was like, but a spot has just opened on this season, but we need you to leave now. So yeah, that's what happened. And now here we are.
Wow.
Wow. How
That
cool.
yeah, no. Like wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting. And, you know,
Just
yeah,
play again.
I
I need
know,
them to call you
right?
again.
Because so many people were saying for this season, like just straight up that you should have been on this season.
Thank
But they
you.
Yes.
also have there's so many people that they're listing names of, but you're a consistent name that I hear all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if they was gonna have three from David versus Goliath, it should have been you, Angelina, and Christian, straight up.
Literally that. Don't
Not all love to Mike White, but I'm
no
just
love,
saying.
no love to Mike White. But
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
You are hilarious.
um, but yeah, okay, back to the episode.
Okay, you
Yes, yes,
know,
yes,
great detour, great detour. What
yes.
was talking about Sere? Let's
Yeah.
go into
Yes,
her
and
her
these
exile.
2000 coconuts that
Oh,
every single time they showed her being so close, I was like, now does this give her a hint of where it's at every time the camera? Because I'm like,
I
why
know.
the camera keep situating itself right in front of?
ooh,
I'm
The
like, they
camera.
trying to tell her where this thing is at or
But you know
what?
what? Maybe the camera is in like a coconut that's next to it, like a hidden camera or something. Do they have those,
Um,
Davey? Do you
oh
know?
yeah, oh yeah. They
Okay, okay.
you are so right because they probably didn't need a big crew for this because it's
Yeah.
just her on the island. So maybe they
Mm-hmm.
did have it propped up somewhere in a coconut. That would have been brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. Because they could
um,
or
always
like a
have the
drone or
shot.
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, when I saw her get off that island, she was really the perfect one to go through this montage because had it been some one of the guys, they would have been rolling, running fast, kicking through, and we were like, oh, we know they're gonna get it. But you got Mama Suri there, who's definitely gonna get a little winded. She might get a little bit emotional because she's been through crazy twists before. And then, you know what? Yes, I did enjoy the montage because it gave us the perfect time for us to get a montage of her journey through. And they really baited me because I saw her crying in that preview, and I was like, "Yep, this is it.
Yeah.
Join you."
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
very proud
sad.
of her. She made me tear up when she found it. I was like,
Yeah.
this
Same.
is how we do it.
Same.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said something like, every single time I come out here, it gives me the gas to just believe in myself a little bit more. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's it right there. That's like a
Mm-hmm.
perfect way. I was like, that's a perfect way to sum up why people ask me why I run half marathons. It's like just to say I got a little bit more gas in the tank to believe in myself. Okay, to say I
Mm-hmm.
did it. And when you look at me, you wouldn't suspect that I can run 13.1 miles,
Let's
but I do.
go. Love that for you.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot. So happy for her. And then glad she came back because after she came back, all of the conversations, like, can we talk about her ability to influence? Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
shifted that
like
vote.
it did so bad, and everybody just gave it so much praise. And usually, when something like that happens, you would think immediate threat, like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sere just flipped this vote, we got to get her out.
Hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
somehow everybody believed it was in their favor, so they
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a great move on Sari to be able to finesse all of that, but I'm looking at Ozzy like side eye, like Ozzy, come on now, how long you been in this game? You ain't even present different options in here, man. I love Ozzy. Don't get me wrong. He the same way that I just promoted Jeremy and Sari. That's how I feel about Ozzy too. He's the homie, but he been. Maybe I've been getting my hopes up because he has been doing. I think this go around has been his most strategic
Mm-hmm.
game out of all the seasons
Absolutely.
that he played. So maybe he
Absolutely.
got a little bit more dip on his chip. But I'm glad that Sari was out there to kind of reel them in and present a better option.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because he basically was like WWCD. What would Sere do?
Yeah,
And he thought,
you need to do confessionals because that's what he should have said.
yeah,
I know.
I love it.
you picked the wrong option. Sere came back and said, He was like, oh my God, I'm so happy she's back because I was about to do the wrong thing. I would have felt so stupid. I was like, come on now, Ozzy.
Right.
Yeah.
Please. Come on, Ozzy.
Hmm.
But at least he got to get out coach. And coach,
Yeah.
let's talk about him a little bit because this not Chrissy putting him in the hammock.
In timeout.
Babysit.
In timeout.
Come on, there we go.
Yes.
She said
Had to
not a
remove
song, not a
all
haiku.
reinforcement. All
Right.
reinforcement. All enjoyable pleasure. Take it away. I was like,
Well, I'm
wow.
I'm really shocked that Coach actually listened. And
Yes.
Right.
honestly, if he wouldn't have, do you think that might have helped him a little better than it did? Maybe if he did go out there and became chaos coach that he was, people would have been like, "Oh no, we need this aggravating motherfucker out here because nobody voting for him in the end." But I don't know, man. What do y'all think?
That or it would have just like spooked everybody. Because sometimes chaos I think spooks people, especially like in returning seasons. Like, and it puts that little bit of like just like that doubt and fear in them to say, you know what, I don't even want to have to deal with this chaos if he ends up making it. So let's just do the easy route, whatever he's saying, which is what basically happened with Tiffany in the last vote. Like we just need to do this to make um Coach happy, and it could have happened. It could have happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
Glad he gone though. He was
yeah.
on my
Oh, well, look,
team.
well, look. All right,
Chrissy and
huh?
Chrissy and Coach was on my draft pick, and
Oh,
it was
really?
both of my team. Yeah, and I was so happy.
Oh my
Yo.
gosh, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't watch Survivor for the same reason a lot of people watch Survivor. A lot of people watch Survivor for a winner. I don't watch Survivor for a winner. I watch for the personalities. I watch for the
Uh,
entertainment. And having Coach in there was a breath of fresh air for me to see him making a fool of himself, to see people
Really?
annoyed with him. He's a lot like Philip Shepard in that. I feel like Philip
Yeah, I
was.
love Philip.
I love Philip. Like I love the characters. I love the Carolyns, the Qs, the people who do a lot of chaos and just make good TV. That's why I watch Survivor. So I don't want to say that I'm sad to see Coach go,
Mm.
but if it got Chrissy out of there, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I'm 100% with you, Davey, because I love the chaos players. I like Tony, I like Rock, like I love the chaos players. But yeah, when you're doing a draft and you want to see your people just go, or you just know that these people have the power to possibly come after your people, and him coming after Tiffany, not once, not twice, but 3 times, I was like, he gotta go, because Tiffany is my winner pick.
Okay. Oh,
uh,
So I was like, he gotta go.
she's I feel like the edit they're giving her, it's like, okay, I don't know, it could be, you know what I'm saying, it really could be, it could be Serene, it could be, look, I don't know, like I like a chaos player, but more like a strategic chaos, like Devon's, I'm enjoying him this season a lot. I'm enjoying him,
how
but
many
yeah,
people do we have left?
I think
That was the
this, after
final
this, is
test.
11 now.
11.
It was
Yeah, it's
11.
11 left
Um,
now. Yeah.
Only thing is, Devon's that's 11 spots. Maybe not 11 spots. That's a 7 spot. How many you need to get to 3? But he really did just put a big target on his
He
back. But I
did.
mean, he had to, because if not, it could have been him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Once again, I'm glad that he was able have the wherewithal to know I can't play this fake idol now. Let's try to
Mm.
save it for one more tribal, and who knows, maybe he'll find a real one next episode.
Yeah, maybe. I was wondering if, like, what's he gonna do back at camp, right? And when they go back, because it's not a real idol, they might throw votes on him just because of this, right? And so is he gonna tell people, or is he not? And wouldn't it be crazy if he went out next because they threw votes on him trying to flush this idol or whatever, and
Yeah.
something happens? Like, that's where my head went.
I think
After.
yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I think he's just got to come clean and be like, it said I can only play it for this tribal council, so I'm definitely playing it for this tribal council. I don't see him being able to pull that twice. He ain't gonna be able to keep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
idol no more. So he's just gonna have to be
Right.
front with it.
Yeah. This vote was so tight. Like, even when Coach pulled out his shot in the dark, I was like, did other people do it? Because I'm like, that just affects the vote. That's why I'm like, I don't even understand how they strategically did anything with this vote, because I would have been like, every pair needs to play a shot in the dark so that at
Yeah.
least there's a chance, and then you don't know how many votes there are and who's voting. I don't know, but it just felt like more people would maybe play their shot in the dark because
Well, I feel like the only people really on the chopping block was Aubrey and Devin, and then Coach and Chrissy, so there would be no lead. And there wasn't even enough people for Emily and Rizzo. Like, that didn't catch enough steam, so that didn't matter. But
if that safe was safe.
yeah, but even then, oh well, then it would have been 1-1. Because it was one vote for Emily and Rizzo, one vote for Aubrey and Devin, so they would have had to revote.
They
Yeah.
would have had to revote, and I wonder if Jeff.
Rizzo had that idol.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
can he play it on the second round?
Oh, wait, you can't play on the second round.
Can you play it on the second round?
Okay, you can't.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
And so then that would have mean they would have been able to vote for Rick, then, right?
Yeah, they would have done Rick and Aubrey
Yeah.
for
Yeah, they would
sure,
have done it for sure.
because he didn't play it. So
Yeah, because when he didn't stand, I thought he was going to stand up there and bluff, and then Jeff was just going to say no. But I was like, oh, it's smart for him not to do that, because anybody could have pulled out their idol or done whatever. You know, he just could have. You know, how one person starts standing up, other people start standing up, and you don't want to usher that on for your own demise. You know,
right.
but yeah, let's talk about the challenge a little bit, unless folks have any more on this.
Oh, what was that challenge like?
The two people, the teams, and stuff like that. I'm like, Tiffany a little underrated. Like, she
Yeah, she
smokes
be killing
these
it. Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was rooting for them.
Which Joe loved. Joe was like, we was hooping. I said, yes, y'all was. Yes, y'all was. And Coach over there, I've never been good at basketball. I was like, yeah, because white men can't jump, babe.
I don't have
I'm done.
time.
That's the clip.
I don't have time.
Oh,
Like,
That's a movie reference for all the youngins
right,
out there. If you
I
don't
ain't
know,
got time.
just a movie
They
reference.
remade
That's
that.
all.
So they,
Um, and just a
What'd
side
you
note,
say,
it
Dave?
they remade that movie recently. You know,
Did they?
yeah, Jack Harlow was the white man.
Oh, hold up. Jack Harlow
Oh,
is the white man, though, isn't he? Hold on, not Jack Harlow. Woody Harrelson. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, they blending. They blending.
like what?
um,
Like was he even born?
yeah,
Like,
no, 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 no.
Yeah. So, all right. So the challenge had three tiers, I believe. The first tier was the basketball. The second tier was the balance beam. Not balance beam,
With
but the
the bridge that they
little
had to
paddle
build a
hop
little bit.
thingy,
balance
yeah,
beam, and the third tier was
with the bridge.
the maze,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
forgot about that little paddleball thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I would have did great on that paddleball part, honestly.
Now I do think that Christian, because Christian was kind of looking over to the side. I think Christian threw that challenge because he knew he was safe next to Jonathan, and he wanted to give Devins and Aubrey a shot. I do think because he
Interesting.
kept looking over and you know Jonathan was like, you know, hurry up, say it louder.
That's a good
Like I
point.
don't think, huh?
That's a good point. I'm gonna text him and ask.
Yeah, ask him.
Dude,
I don't
dude.
think I don't think he. I think he was like, because he said it even in the confessionals. Like I'm next to Jonathan. Like I think I'm all right. I don't think people are gonna come, you know,
Mm,
for me because you know Devin and Aubrey aren't gonna vote for me. Emily's not gonna vote for me. So I'm okay, right? Like so, I think he knew Aubrey and Devin needed this,
mm.
and so he went ahead and lost that part because he was like
Interesting.
looking over, acting all kind of like shaking up, which it works for him because he's like that in real life, and then also too he knows when to like play it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, I think
not
he threw
only
it.
that, but at this point in the game, this is merged. This is where individual immunities. I know this wasn't individual, but when you start winning these individual immunities, your threat volume goes up pretty high. So I think maybe that you have a good point here. Maybe he's like, I'm safe. Let them win something. I don't need this threat to come and return to me for winning this fast and people remembering that I'm good at puzzles and all of this stuff. Let me suck a little bit. I like that theory. I like that theory. I'm gonna have to ask
Yeah.
you about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, ask
no,
him.
let
Yeah,
us
I do
know what he
think.
says.
Put it on Twitter when you find out.
Okay.
I
But
yeah.
yeah, I do think he threw that a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting point of observation. I throughout the challenge was just so surprised by Devins and Aubrey. I at a certain point I was rooting for them. When I thought Joe and Tiffany were out of it, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I thought Joe and Tiffany were out of it too, but that maze, I was like, because I don't know who was it, who was up in the front.
Ozzy and Stephanie kept
Yeah,
dropping.
they
That's
kept
what
dropping.
happened. They kept
Yeah,
dropping. If they had two balls that got down there that dropped. If they
yeah.
hadn't dropped, it would. I want now. Did Ozzy? It was Ozzy because I was like, at a certain point, will you
No,
just?
Ozzy is a flustered man. Ozzy can be a flustered man sometimes. I think he might have been a little
Just
shaky. I don't
flustered.
think
Yeah,
like
yeah. He doesn't give like
he's good.
strategically. I will throw it for strategic reasons. He doesn't give that,
No.
and he also seems like he's
Yeah.
in with Stephanie. Like,
And last episode, you saw Jeff poking at him. Ozzy, you only need one more immunity to tie with
Yeah.
Boston
Oh,
Rob.
yeah, you're
So
right.
true,
I
You're
don't
true,
think he
right.
would.
true,
I think he's trying to beat that thing. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's
true, true,
something he
true.
won't. He won't that. He wants that.
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Yeah. Anything else on the challenge?
I think that's it.
One thing I will say, I don't know if y'all have any other thoughts on the episode, but I remember Rizzo when he was like, if it gets a little bit much, I'll play it. But I was like, bruh, like I need him to not get too cute, going forward with this idol, because like this ain't the season to do it on. Now they ain't had no votes on them really. I don't think but had that Chrissy coach like or the Chrissy plan to vote him and Emily kind of
Yeah.
gain
Yeah.
steam. This wouldn't have been the time to play cute with it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But that popped in my head because I was like, oh my God, don't do this
Yeah, but
all
Rizzo has
season.
enough relationships though.
He does.
He does have a good. Well, he had Coach. He just let Coach go, but he does have at the very least Ozzy,
Sere.
Sere. Who else he got?
I don't know if he
That might be
got
it.
anybody else
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna
real,
say that
for
might be it
real.
because D
I
gone.
Yeah.
He
I don't
don't
like the
have
old school
any.
people was his people. That's why he with him a little bit.
Yeah.
He don't have no enemies, and having no enemies at
Yeah.
this point is good for him. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
Who do y'all think is the most connected out there right now?
Sorry.
Cerise Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You think it's
She
three?
got, I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, she's in both alliances. I mean, she's in
Hmm.
all three alliances.
That's why I was like, they the middle for real. Her Rizzo and
Ozzy.
Ozzy.
And Ozzy, right?
Like,
They are the middle, but they keep looking at Emily, Devins, and Christian, and Aubrey as the middle. I'm like, that's a whole side. Like, how do four people make the middle? That's a side. Like,
yeah.
I just have to continue to give Sere her accolades because I was really nervous when they voted D out last week because I thought Dee would have been the perfect shield for Sere, her being a winner. And whenever somebody brings up Cere's name, she's like, "Why y'all coming for me? We already got a winner here." So I know there will come a point because these are season 50 players. They not just about to let her get to the end scot free. There will come a point when somebody's gonna bring up her name for being targeted, and I just don't know how or where she can go to get those votes off of her. But I'm not giving up hope on her. But they did foreshadow that Jonathan and Dee might go after her. Dee's out of the game now. Jonathan's still there. So
But
we'll
yeah,
Jonathan ain't got no team no more.
Jonathan ain't got
You in what
yeah,
army? Okay, Jonathan.
yeah.
You in what
It's
army?
just,
Okay.
it's just so scary because Sere, like, it's like watching it, we know Sere's threat level, right? And it's just like when it's one of those things where you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop because you just be on the edge of your seat.
I
That's why every single week we emotional to see Sere make it through because we are all on the edge of our seat. Like, is she gonna make it through?
Yeah, I don't know why, but each episode makes me more and more like, can she win? Like, I just knew she had no shot at the beginning. I was just like, oh, we just here to see her. We gonna see her. She gonna go out, but she gonna go out in blaze of glory. Like, but now I'm like, dare I dream? Dare I
Yeah,
dream?
no, girl,
That's
no. We
how
all dreaming with you,
I
sis. We are all dreaming with you.
So
That's
I
why we on the edge of our seat again. Like,
and,
it don't take it away. Like,
but I'm saying I have less and less fear. I don't know what,
Yeah.
but I have less and less fear for some reason. But even like this episode, watching her and how she just came through, and it's just like she just part of the forest. You know what I'm saying? She part of the jungle. It's like unassuming. It's just like she just here, and they chopping off everybody else, but she just here. You know what I'm saying? Like she just a part of the atmosphere, and I feel like I started to see them seeing her that way, but I'm just scared. I don't know because somebody's gonna do it. I don't know who it's gonna be. I think it possibly may be the Rick Devens, Emily. Like I don't know.
yeah.
The two of them scare me a little bit, even though I did like Rick Stan tonight. But I don't know. One thing we didn't bring up also before we go is the Joe and Tiffany. They got a little alliance now, or like a little working relationship.
Yeah, how much of that it's gonna be, I don't know because they did not vote together in this vote. But he did lean over and tell
He did make
Tiffany,
her win.
"I'm not putting Coach's name down." So
Yeah, and he also said to her, and you know, Joe is honor and integrity, loyalty. He said to her, "I'm not putting your name down." So, and she said, "I'm not going to do yours." I feel like she feels like she can trust him because it's Joe, and I feel like Joe wouldn't say that if he was gonna target her. So, I do think that this is like a real good thing for her because I'm like, where Aubrey? Where you at, girl? Because I thought you was the homie. Like, where you at? I don't feel like they're not
Coexist.
they're
yeah,
not.
but Aubrey got too much of a target on her back, and she just experienced that with D. So I'm kind of like Tiffany and Aubrey, for Tiffany's sake, might need to just separate herself from Aubrey just
Publicly,
a little bit.
yeah, but like still, and there's strength in numbers. I feel like that they could be doing
Child,
something.
not on a sinking ship with a whole bunch of holes in it, baby.
I ain't got time for you. I think that Tiffany does not have a lot of allies, and I think that the more she can have either in secret or in public is good. But I still think she's gonna be all right. Something about the way they're setting her up. I feel like she's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to give Joe a little bit of an apology, actually. So when Q was voted out and Cal was evacuated, I made a tweet and I was like, "Dang man, we ain't got no more black men on this season." And I knew that he was biracial, but I didn't know he was biracial black. So it's really good to still have him in this game. And one person commented on my tweet and they was like, "But we got Tiffany and Sere." And I'm like, "Yes, we have Tiffany and Sere, but I feel like just like we want to see black male teachers for young black boys to have that role model, I want them to be able to visibly see black men in Survivor and know that they can do it. So to know
Yeah.
that I still have Joe in the game and being a black man, I feel good about that now. So my apologies to Joe, and
Yeah.
I hope him and Tiffany get it together. Him, Tiffany, and Sere get it together. Don't be all outright and try to do something, but just see each other and help.
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's real, and it's. I mean, I don't think it's dawned on any of at least the black fans and black past players that it's only been what two black men who have won Earl 103 Earl, Jeremy, and Kyle, and it's only
And
been one black
Wendell.
woman.
Window.
Oh, and Wendell. Okay, so four, and then one black woman, Vesepia.
Two.
So,
But Marianne,
Yeah,
oh, and
Marianne.
Marianne.
yeah.
Sorry. All right.
You
But
want to repeat
anyways,
that?
not enough. But yes, it's needed. It's not enough.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
50,
'cause
50
we
seasons in, and that's what 6 people.
I know. I was to say it's 50 seasons.
Yes.
It's still it's not enough. It's not
Yeah.
enough. We shouldn't be able to, we should be like forgetting people, okay?
Right. And I'm forgetting because it's so few. Okay.
you sound like Whitney Houston just now when they asked her, "How do you feel about Black History Month?" We need another month. It's not enough.
Yes.
And may she rest in peace, okay? All right, y'all have anything else on this episode that y'all want to discuss before we get out of here?
No, I think that's it.
What
So, Davie, oh, you got anything?
There was something else I was going to tell y'all that we stopped talking about when we was talking about Sere and Jared. What
Jared. Oh.
was that?
Wait, was it about Big Brother?
Yeah, it was. You reminded me. No.
Oh, why you don't like Big Brother?
Yes. I would like to. I would like to say, I don't mind the show now, but before we did the whole, I don't know if you know, we did the petition to get more black people on the show. CBS met with us and they said you must now cast 50% people of color. I don't know if they still doing that after all of the stuff that's done happened, but before that, the reason I didn't like Big Brother is because the first clip I ever saw was all of them girls being bullying
Season
that one
15?
girl with the bed. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You said with what?
With the bed, like they might have been pushing her off of the bed or something. Or no, maybe they weren't pushing her off of a bed, but they were just being really catty. I think one of those girls is on a reality show right now. I can't think of her name, but
Is it season 15? Because I remember that was where, okay, all right, racism is in the building on full display.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't know. It probably is that one. But yeah, that was my whole beef.
Yeah, it's been so much on Big Brother though. Like when you
For
called
sure.
it a racist show, it's
yeah, and it's so interesting. Like, I didn't used to watch the live feed. I've been watching since I was 13, but I was a casual viewer.
Okay.
And so you miss a lot because they give you the casual story. But when you watch the live feeds, it's like crazy.
it's
I
real
don't even
life.
think- yeah.
It's real life.
Yeah. I don't even think I watched like the live feeds until like recently, and I discovered like Taryn and he does his live feed updates on RHAP. And when I say recently, I mean like past 6 or 7 years, maybe.
Okay.
I would say. But yeah, before that, I was just in my happy-go-lucky bubble watching it and rooting for people. So, and then you grow up with it, like, you get a little indoctrinated, because you're like, this is such a great show before you're aware, and then you're just,
Yeah.
you drank the Kool-Aid
Right.
and you
Yeah.
out.
I'm not mad.
But yeah, it's been great to have you, Davie. Tell
Yes.
the people where they can find you and what you're working on and all those good things.
Yes, for sure. Well, I'm located here in Atlanta. I run a cosplay organization called Let's Go Cosplay. If you're a blurred or a nerd here and you like to cosplay, you like to go to the Comic Cons, follow our page. I also am on all the platforms at Where's Davie, as you'll see below, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm at Where's Davie. Instagram's the only one that I am Davie. And yeah, man, I'm just sticking and moving. About to go on a cruise this weekend. A
Wow.
creator cruise with Virgin Voyage. So I'm hoping that's gonna go well, and then get back into Atlanta and hoping that it's not gonna be cold because Atlanta don't know how to if they want to make up their mind every other week. So
Okay.
going on with
You
me,
know,
Okay.
the spring is iffy.
right?
Yes.
Iffy,
Yes.
iffy. But thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is all for this episode of Survivor 50. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, subscribe, follow. Make sure you follow Davey and everything he just said. It will be in the description notes as well. And we will catch you for next week's episode. Bye.
Bye.